Hi parents, this is just a video to send out to show you and to introduce you and your child to the new unit that's going to be coming up soon. It's going to be about government and civics. So I'm just sending this podcast out to prepare you and your students to this upcoming unit and to introduce some activities you guys can do at home to enrich and extend your child's learning. Just as a quick review, we will be learning about government. We're going to be learning about some political concepts, like symbols that are associated with the United States, such as the flag, and we're going to be learning and practicing the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to be talking about the presidents, the Pledge of Allegiance, like I mentioned, that goes along with the flag, what it means to be a country and part of a community, and talking about pride. And we're going to be doing a whole big lesson on voting, and we're going to be voting on whether we are going to be doing, we're going to be voting on what kind of plants we want in our garden, and be voting on whether at the end of our unit we're going to be having a pizza party and ice cream party. So the children are definitely going to have some experience with voting. But when we first introduce all of our political concepts, we are going to do them all in an informal way, since using these big terminology with such young students, it's just going to go right over their heads. And even though the children don't know it right now, but they've been learning about government and politics their entire life. They, even at this young age, can understand that there is an authority figure, and that authority figure is in charge. Whether it be me as your child's student or you as a parent, you are the authority figure. And even our principal at our school is the authority figure. So the children already understand and know that an authority figure is responsible for making decisions, making sure that the order is maintained throughout the community or the group, and making sure that any conflicts have a resolution. So this is something you can talk to your student about at home, about authorities and decision making, and making sure everything's in order. You can use you as an example and talk to your child that, yes, as you as a parent, that you make sure any problems get solved, like if they're hungry, that they get fed, and making sure that they are taken to and from school, and you're really the responsible one in the household. And that will help us introduce us when we start talking about presidents, and that our president is our authority over the United States, and that he is responsible for making sure there's order within the country, and all of the conflicts within the country are resolved. We won't be going in very in depth with the different legislative and judicial court systems right now. That's going to be going on maybe in a later lesson plan or a later unit. But we won't go very in depth with that. So mostly we're going to be talking about with the presidents. That's what we're really going to go in depth with, our current president and our past president, and that's going to touch base with our history lesson as well. What I'm really wanting to focus about in this video is the voting. You can also help your child understand the concept of voting by making choices at home. Not only by making choices about what they eat, but what they wear, what they want to play with, and understanding that to every choice that a child makes, that there's a consequence, whether good or bad. So if the child decides that they want to eat all their dinner, that they can have dessert afterwards. Or if the child doesn't want to clean up their toys, that they can't play on the iPad or watch TV until those toys are cleaned up. So by helping and just not only sitting down and doing these worksheets and the at-home activities that I'm sending home, but just sitting down and talking with your child one-on-one and acknowledging these moments that happen in everyday life, that government happens every day in life, that will help you and your child understand the concept of government and politics. And we will be talking about pride, and so you can talk to your child about what they take pride in. Pride's going to be a little bit harder for the young children to grasp, but by the end of the unit, I'm planning on the students understanding what pride is and having them give a demonstration about pride and give other words that they think mean the same thing as pride, and give me something else that they feel prideful about. whether it be sports, family, their toys, whatever, something that they are prideful in. That's something that they're proud of. And we're going to be talking about what it means to be a country and a community. So we're going to be talking about the community within our own classroom, and the community within our own school, and the community within our city, and then our state and our country. That we are all part of a group, and then we all work together in this voting process. That as a country or as a community within the school or even our classroom, that we take pride in what we do, and we take pride in our choices and our voting. We take pride in being part of a nation, part of a classroom, part of a school. And we're going to tie in that all these symbols, like the Pledge of Allegiance and the flag, show how prideful we are and proud of our authority figure, either whether it be our parents, our president, our teacher, or our principal. That all of these things in and out of the classroom all kind of tie in together. So if you guys could help me with that, I will also be sending a homework newsletter with some more activities you guys can do. If you have any questions, just please email me.